Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today, we have a wonderful guest, Mr. Robert, and you're a hypnotherapist and quantum healer. How are you doing today?
Well, thank you. Yes, I feel good, except that eclipse is today, so it's affecting me. Um, the way I can feel like collective energy or collective emotions. So this is what happened um, to the people who are very intuitive or sensitive for stuff like this. But it's okay. I'm very happy to be here with you.
I'm happy to
Um,
have you here.
Pretty good high vibes I can sense. So it's good. Yeah.
Good, good. Let's talk about the eclipse for a little bit. And it's funny you talk about emotions coming up. I definitely can say I had a emotional purge over the weekend. so, so why is that something that typically happens with the eclipse, or do you know?
Um, so what I know so far, um, all the emotions or all the stagnant energy, what is inside us, well, deep inside us, during the eclipse, it just come out. So we're going to release that. So even if that, let's say, from past relationships, from childhood, or if you're ready to release that, it just go through you, yeah. And then that's why you can feel all these emotions. Sometimes it's not nice, yeah, but this is the way you can heal also. Like when you ill or when you're sick, when you take the tablets, then at the beginning you don't feel well, yeah? Because all this go on the surface. Same these things. So it's good if people know a little bit about that. Like it's okay to feel it. Better don't block it. Just allow it to go through you and release it. After maybe 4 days, you will be much better. But everyone experience this differently. So yeah, I have a lot of like disappointing emotions in me. So I'm just releasing this. I can feel it. Yeah. Other people, they can have different. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm,
So,
yeah.
as a hypnotherapist and quantum healer, have you noticed an uptick in your clients coming in with the one we just got over a full moon, and then now the solar eclipse? Has there been more issues with people?
Well, eh, I don't do hypnosis when it's astrological events, actually. So I take a pause because it could be too intensive um, for both parties, for me and for the person who's under hypnosis. So better if they process this alone themselves, and later on, no problem, you can do the session and go through it. But you know, we need to protect ourselves. I need to protect myself also, and then I cannot take too much on my shoulders because I can only help people if I am in good condition, yeah, in good
Uh,
state.
that's so important. I feel like a lot of times a lot of people overextend themselves and don't take the time to take care of their own energy and mental health and just start pouring more into others and then wonder why they're so themselves unbalanced.
Oh, that's a good point. So yeah, first of all, this is super important to take care of yourself, and this is very good to take care of yourself because the first responsibility uh, is for you to care for yourself. If and this is what my experience is. This is our responsibility to care for ourselves and to get know ourselves well. Because when you get know yourself well, and when you take care of yourself well, then you can what you need from other person. You know what you need for other friends, um, and you know how much you can give. Yeah, because it has to be balanced also. That was my problem long time ago, when I just overgive, and then it's no good, because then usually people don't know the limits, and then I just was completely done. So and then it's less respect also. So when you learn that how much you can give, and then it's much healthier, much better. It's something to learn in our lifetime,
Mm.
how much we
So
can give.
when you were going through that kind of dark time of your life, I say dark time, but when you were going through that phase of your life where you were overextending yourself and giving too much, but then you've learned
Yeah,
how to not do that. Were you
yeah,
practicing hypnotherapy at the time?
yes.
So, in helping yourself to heal, did your practice become better? What does that look like for you?
Okay. Um, so the people you know, when you always overgive yourself, and then when you start heal yourself, usually you you not you stop giving yourself to those people. Yeah, what they get used to, like you overgive yourself, and there is like a why they don't understand, and then it could be a little bit challenge, because they get used to like you give all the attention, you give you give all you to them, and then suddenly you just have these boundaries up, and then you're not doing this anymore. So it take some time till they get used to. um it can be a little bit challenging, but they can think like you selfish, or other stuff, because they don't get used to that. Yeah, but over some time they will get used to, they will accept it, and they will understand, and there's actually much better connection. And then with the new people, when you already know how much you can give, um, it's it's beautiful. It's beautiful because then, unconsciously, they learn like, okay, how much this person can give, how much I can give this person, how much attention this person can give me. You set your boundaries. You need to teach people how to treat you. Oh, so by this, you also teach people how they can treat you. And then in my example, I didn't know I have to teach people how to treat me. I was thinking like they're supposed to know. But I didn't know. I do that to them, why they don't do this to me. But everyone is different. What you know, what I know, they don't know. So we all different. And then what I can learn, also from hypnotherapy, like sometimes people do or act the way they do, um, the way they are. So what I mean by that, let's say that was very wrong thinking about me. Let's say like if someone was acting certain way and I was thinking, oh, they acting like this. So if I act like this, so that probably is the reason. Yeah, because if they do this, and I was thinking, if I would that, would they do this? So because of that reason. Yeah, and then later I found out it's completely creating the story. Yeah, it's not true. They have their own reason. They completely different than you. Their perception of life, of feeling, of emotion is different. So we need to really get know uh, people well before we start thinking. The best is ask, but in this world now, that is, I think, also something to overcome. To be honest about, uh, you know. Um, what we feel, what we like, who we are. People wear masks too much, too much. I know why, because to defend themselves. But if you wear mask too long, you become that character, and you forgot who you are, and
Right.
then you know.
Yeah, I
Then it's the
definitely love
problem.
that. I love the idea of not making assumptions and asking to clarify before you start coming up with
Mm-hmm.
these stories in your head about what you think is going on. And
Mm-hmm.
also, it takes the other person to be honest and to be true. And that way, you can come together, have a conversation, and build a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not that be a romantic friend with a parent, something like that. But I would like
Yeah.
to dive a little bit more deeply into some of your hypnosis sections because I find hypnotism
Okay.
very fascinating. We've had a few hypnotists on. What's been one of the most interesting things that's come up during hypnosis?
Um, are you asking when I was under hypnosis or when I was doing hypnosis?
Hmm. Can we do both?
Okay, you want to know everything. That's good. Um, okay, so okay, so the most fascinating what I see is like we not the mind and we not the body. We are infinite beings with the higher mind, which is not physical, connected to physical mind. Um, so I would try to explain that because so when I was under hypnosis, now I'm telling myself, when I was under hypnosis, I was hypnotized by my by other certified hypnotherapist, which I work with. Um, I could connect to my higher mind, which is fun, which is fantastic feeling because it's like you shifted, and this is still you. This is still you. It's your essence. You are aware. I'm Robert in this life, but I know this is just the temporary life. Yeah, really who I am is is something what never die, and you have that awareness, and you shift it to the higher mind and to the higher frequency, and then you can have access to different thoughts, to different pattern of thoughts, to different knowledge. You can also feel your spirit guides, or you can feel how to say like you are part of creator, yeah, like you are part of creator, and then you can see like this is something beautiful, like the death actually doesn't exist. So usually people talking about that, like go to the other side and etc., but it's not the same when you experience by yourself. So all you need to experience by yourself. So I can, when you experience, when you feel it, then you know it's real because you feel it. Yeah. When there's someone saying, "Oh, it's nice," or it could be great if it's like that, but actually, someone to believe it has to experience that. So I did experience that, and also I could go to my past life, where I was living, see myself differently because I had a different body and etc. But your essence is still the same. So so that for me that was the more profound because this is then when you realize that, then it's much easier to go through this life. What is now like it's more than this. It's much more than that. And what I can say, like we learn here so many lessons. For example, the most I think the most main lesson people need to go through is forgiveness. They have a problem to forgive other people for the things they do themselves, or to forgive themselves for stuff they did or they didn't, and and etc.
Mhm.
And it's worth it to forgive. It's really worth it to forgive because we are, when we came here to the earth and we sign up for some lessons, we have to go for certain lessons,
Mhm.
okay? And to go through these lessons, our mind is on the, you don't know so many stuff. Like I said, it's like limited for you to go through this experience. Okay? When you go through this experience and you learn, then again you have more access to your to your knowledge. And usually people they say, "Oh, if I knew that, I wouldn't do that." You know, if I knew why I did that, but at this point you didn't know, and you don't meant to know because you had to go through this. So if people learn that, like, okay, I had to go through that. Now you would not act this way because you learned that lesson, and just forgive yourself. Just forgive yourself, like we forgive our kids. Like I have a child. I have a 3.5 year old child, and then we just act the best what we can at the point where we are. So when we learn some stuff, we get the knowledge and we smarter. Yeah. But to get to that point, you have to go through this lesson. So usually people they just didn't like that, like they wasn't smart enough and didn't know certain stuff. But it doesn't work this way.
Mhm.
It
Wow,
it it wo- it doesn't work this way.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it works this way. Like yeah, like you're supposed to go for that, learn, and then after that, usually you have test. Like universe send you the test to see if you learn it actually, and then if you learn it, you overcome that, and
Mm.
and you have behind you. Yeah, this is what I can tell you. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I love that about forgiveness. I
well,
think that it's hardest to forgive ourselves, but then also when those tests do come up, sometimes those tests are really hard. You don't really recognize that it was a test until after, maybe days, weeks after it's happened. And you're like, oh, that was probably me having to go through the challenge to make sure that I understood the lesson. But before we move on, we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, Robert, before we left, you were talking about how we come to Earth for different lessons. Now, do you channel? I think I read it on your website. Do you channel or talk to or commune with some beings from the Lyria galaxy or something like that?
okay. Well, I I can connect only to the spirit guides. Yes, I do channel, but not everything. I only channel the specific beings, what I am familiar, what my soul is familiar with, because my soul not allowed any other spirits to go through me. So yeah, I do channel Lyran. Yes, from Lyra Galactic. Um, they come sometimes, and I can channel them. Only those.
Interesting. What is that like, and who are they?
So Lyra, they are the oldest beings in our galaxy. They are protectors of galaxy and protectors of Earth also. Um, and they have a very interesting frequency. Um, very powerful, very powerful. So actually, when I channel them or when I allow this energy go through me, is the feeling is incredible. I don't know. I can't describe that. I
Mhm.
can't describe this feeling. Um, but the frequency in the room is changing. So the vibration actually in the room when this happening is changing. It's shifting, it's changing, and this is very healing energy. So when I'm in that state, I can I can pass the energy to the other person or to the subjects, like to the I can energize the stones on crystals or whatever, or like liquid. Um, and yeah, they are not from Earth. Like I said, they're from they they completely from different part of our galaxy, but it still is our galaxy. Um, yeah, they don't share too many information because what I received, like it's more important to feel it, to feel them, you know, to send the energy and to feel it, because words can be confusing.
Mhm. Interesting. So
Can be confusing.
when you first
Yeah,
started to realize that you were getting this vibrational frequency being transported through you,
yeah.
when did that first start happening?
Um, 3 years ago, I think three and yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah,
Mm.
that happened first time 3 years ago.
Is that when you first started doing more of the healing techniques with your clients?
Um, no, at this beginning, I was do only hypnotherapy, but um, as I was doing hypnotherapy, I always love be hypnotized, because anytime I am hypnotized, I go somewhere when it's so great place. So I just love it, this state of mind and this state of consciousness. So as many as possible, I like to be hypnotized, but I choose somebody who's doing on me, who I trust.
Mm.
And then yeah, and then this happened, and this is really amazing, because I know this is real. I know they really exist,
Mm.
because everything what you can feel or you can sense exists, but not everything what you say exists. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah,
I really like the idea of the things that we say not necessarily being particularly as concrete. Well, now I probably shouldn't say it that way because we do speak things into reality. You know, things start off in the, let's call it the ether or in the spiritual realm, and then we slowly manifest that into the physical world. So there is
yeah,
there is a
yeah,
process there, but at the same time, what
yeah.
is it? Believe half of what you hear, none of what you see, and half what you hear, or half none of what you hear, half what you see. There we go. But anyway, we only have about a minute or so left. Is there anything that you would like to leave with the audience before we go?
Um, that's a good question. Um, yes. So it's good to deep if you what I know if you wanna get a peace in your life, it's good to dive inside yourself. Dive to yourself, dive to your mind, and 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 find out, get know who you really are, who we all are. Yeah, because we all connected, we are a big family, um, divided by programming of our mind. And sometimes, if you're not, when we're not aware, if the program take over, we just act um, strange or very different way. So it's good to raise our awareness to the point like we can overcome that and see who we really are. Yeah, and through hypnotherapy, through hypnosis, it's quicker and quicker. Well, quicker, much quicker, because you can do this also through your life. Like when you go through your life, years, then you analyze, think about that, reflection. It can take a lot of time. When I was connected to my grandmother, she looked after me when I was young, and then she told me so many stories. But it takes her like 90 years um, to get that fantastic knowledge. But we all have a knowledge inside us because we infinite souls with so many experiences, with so many lifetimes, and it's there. We just don't remember. So if you wanna recap, if you wanna get to that, this is the good. This is the good way to do it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you, Robert, for coming on and talking about like hypnotherapy, but more specifically, I really love the things you're talking about with self healing, and we were talking a lot about forgiving yourself, and I think that's such an important message because the first step in healing is forgiveness.
Yeah. Like we forgive many people, isn't it, in our life? But what about us? It's good to forgive ourselves. Don't be too hard for ourselves. Really forgive yourself because we deserve it to forgive ourselves. Um, yeah, because what I know so far, the God already forgive us. It's only we need to do the step to forgive ourselves because we have a free will here on earth to do what we want, actually. So yeah.
Exactly. Well, I want to thank you again for
So
coming on, and thank you everybody
thank
for
you so much.
thank you everybody for watching this. And truly, we have to have you back on because I do want to talk to you some more about past lives and
Sure.
and
Yes,
everybody.
yes.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Onion Soup. Have a great one. Bye.
Have a good
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to just cut you off at the end. I have to
one.
stop
Oh
the
yeah, sorry.
I have to stop the recording at 30
Okay.
minutes.
Oh,
But
oh okay.
I did want to ask